Hey, what's up everyone? This is going to be a topic of controversy by many people, I'm sure. Maybe not many people that follow me, but many people who are searching for this topic. Now, here's the thing. Even the Pope himself, I'm not Catholic, but even the Pope himself stated that it would be much better to take contraceptives than to have abortions. There are a few cases, and I'll try to find them and link them below this video, where the government has stated that it's illegal to murder a child or a baby. In one case, this recent instance, this lady literally took the child, stabbed it inside of her, trying to kill it. Yes, that's awful. I stated this in a previous video. That's awful. She stabbed it and tried to flush it out, and tried to flush it down the toilet. She was going to attempt to flush it down the toilet. And she wanted to remove the child, doing her own self-abortion. They arrested the woman for murder. Another woman tried this, had to go to the hospital, and she was arrested for attempted murder. So, how is that different than abortion? Because they make billions of dollars, first of all. They make lots of money off of abortion. But trying to kill your own child is worthy of a sentence of prison time. But yet going into an abortion clinic and having them remove it, that's perfectly okay to the government. There are instances where the woman tried to stab herself. She put a sharp object up into her area, not to get graphic, into her area, and she killed the child, and they arrested her for murder. But yet in some cases, now I will tell you, this is graphic even though it's animation, the dilation evacuation abortion of a 16-week-old fetus, this has recently been banned in some states, including Alabama. The Alabama governor said this is stopped. They ripped the arms of the child off, and then they've ripped the head of the child off. They rip one body part at a time, as you can see right there. One arm at a time, then the legs, and they pull them out. The parts are pulled from the fetal body and removed through the vaginal canal. First of all, that's what the woman was doing. That's what the woman did. And she was arrested and put in prison. So why aren't people who have abortions put in prison? Why isn't the government facilities? Why aren't the government facilities in trouble for abortion? Now, one of the stances that the president doesn't agree on, that Alabama is agreeing upon, Alabama stated that even if you're victims of rape, even if it's incest, even if it's going to cause harm or death to the mother, they can't have abortions. And that lost him a few voters, possibly, according to the news, in Alabama. While the president stated you should be able to get one based on those particular reasons. Some mothers said, I had a child from rape, and I still love him. This one mother said, it's difficult to tell your child that they're a child of a victim of rape. The mother was a victim of rape. But, those are horrible acts that take place all the time. And I'm sure many children are born of that reason. You don't see as many mental people. Yes, you don't see as many people you don't see as many retarded people, not using it as an offensive word. You don't see as many people with their chromosomes messed up and issues of You are seeing rising cases of autism, but you don't see, that's a different scenario, but I think. But I've got a mild form myself of it, according to what they've told me in the past and what I've, self-discovered. But you don't see as many cases of Down syndrome as you used to. But the one statement that I see too much is my body, my choice, I will decide. The mothers that have abortions feel like that because the child is inside them, even apparently up till after birth, because the child was attached to them, that it was their body. Somehow or other, these people feel like it was their body. You have a living being inside of you. They have a living being inside of them. The question that should be asked to these people is, some of the people who were shown, some of the people who were pro-abortion, Roe versus Wade, and they were shown the documents of the women's rights and liberation, all this stuff. Women's rights and liberation, that is great. They just have taken it too far. The rights of people, just take contraceptives. Wear protection, take contraceptives. I mean, one or the other. Be as safe as possible. They teach about safe, in school, being safe, and then yet this still happens. But here's the thing, they showed how they kill a child in the womb. And whenever they showed that to those the young girls and individuals who've seen the video, they were no longer for it. Someone went in and recorded in one of the abortion clinics, and the woman said, "Oh, we make a lot of money." She stated, "We make a lot of money, and it's okay. We'll fudge the law a bit just so you can get rid of the child. We'll fudge the law a bit." That's what the woman was basically stating, who worked there. I'm not putting out any hate. I'm not putting out anything. I just feel like, who knows, I might get a lot of dislikes. I don't know. I don't care. I just want to and feel like I should be able to share my opinion. How is it different? They arrested mothers. They arrested mothers with a child inside them for putting a sharp object up in their area. They put a sharp object up in the vaginal area, killed the child, stabbed it, then tried to pull it out, attempted to flush it. One woman tried to flush the child right after birth, even at the same time as states like New York were allowing the death of children or the murder of children after they were born. Under the Constitution. Where does the Constitution state that you can do that? But anyway, they arrested her. She gets 10 years to life in prison. They get so many years in prison. While facilities are allowing this to take place, and abortion clinics are allowing this to take place, the government's allowed it all this time. They make billions and trillions of dollars off of this. And yet they arrested them. How is it different? They say, oh, it's the murder of a child. That's what they said. Well, bingo. Ding, 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 ding. If that's the murder of a child, and there, as you see right here in the images I showed at the right, you see them doing the exact same thing that mother attempted to do. They also sometimes inject the child with something that causes them to rot like a zombie in the inside of the mother. It decomposes. Even after a heartbeat, it is decomposed, and they're saying, oh, some of the facilities say, oh, we don't do it after a heartbeat. But yet they were carrying out these acts after heartbeats. And they said that they arrested those mothers for doing that. If you've had an abortion in your past, that's on you, it's not me. And if you've done it and my mama knew of someone who their husband made them do that. And they regretted it every day. She said she regretted it the rest of her life. She said she felt like she had committed murder. This is a personal story. My mama knew someone. She knew a person that, I think she worked with her. at her job. And my mama said, I couldn't think, I could not imagine of doing such a thing. It's awful. And she said her husband made her do that or he would divorce her. So she did. And she said she regretted it every single day since she did that. A lot of the mothers, they should ask them the question, what if that was you? There was a man who spoke with us in my high school who stated that he was almost the victim of abortion. He was almost aborted as a child. And his mother almost did that, but she didn't go through with it. And she said had she gone through with it, he wouldn't be there to speak. So think about the people that do this should think, should I be legally murdered? Should they be killed? So you're okay if you're killed. Wait, what? They'd be like, what? So what if their mom had come to them? Just think about how that would feel if your mother had come to you and stated, all of the people that do have abortions, they call it reproductive rights, and it's not their body anymore when that child is being nourished. The child is being nourished by the mother. And either the things you do affect that child, and they, from day one, and they tell you stop smoking, drinking, and all of that during pregnancy. They tell you not to try to, if you're doing all these things, straighten up and fly right. If you're do the best you can when you're pregnant to do the right things that don't affect or harm the child. From day one. They don't say, oh, after a certain amount of weeks, because it doesn't matter because the child's not alive yet. You're nourishing them. You're nourishing that child. And it's a part of you. But it's another life. Your body is extending your nourishment and your life and your genetics and your health, all of your health to that child. I was taught in health class. I was shown, they were saying the child is a part of you. You're nourishing it, you're taking care of it, and it's all, and they were telling how it works and everything. From day one, you're nourishing the child, you're growing a human being inside of you. But yet now they're trying to say that's not a human being. It's not a human being until after it's born. These facilities, these abortion clinics, and these females choosing to have abortions. What if their mother had come up to them? Just think about this, and if you were pro-abortion, what if your mom, your parents had come to you and said, we should have aborted you? That would have no psychological ramifications on you? That would have no psychological effect on you? If your parents had come to you and said, we should have aborted you. If the mother came to you, heck, if you're a son or a daughter, if your mother came to you and said, I should have aborted you, that would hurt you. Unless you're just emotionless, a sociopath or something, just completely emotionless or something like that, that would hurt you. So think about what if that child's spirit just came to you one night and said, or the spirit that would have been in that child, or whatever, however this whole thing works. I'm not a hater. I'm not pushing any hate on anyone. I'm just saying I don't think they're realizing the full ramifications of what they're doing. And they think they can have abortion after abortion after abortion after abortion, and many people have. And like Pope Francis even stated, and I haven't even agreed with many things that he has pushed and done during the previous administration and during this agenda that's been pushed, but he stated that in the eyes of God, think about how he would feel if you murdered someone You're not supposed to murder, but yet he said, how would God feel about you taking away the life of a child? Since murder is considered a sin. And the Pope said, I do not feel, he said, I think abortion is completely wrong and it's murder. He was saying, take a contraceptive. And it's just, prevent it in the first place. We have preventative methods in this generation. And I just wanted to state, first, just to recap, first, if the law arrested those women for murdering their child, how is it not illegal for an abortion? The women tried to flush the child out. The girls and women tried to kill it on the inside of them, stab it, tried to get rid of it. After it was born, they tried to attempt to kill it. Still didn't, and they got arrested. A woman at McDonald's tried to kill her child and abort it herself. She was arrested, put in prison for many years for attempted murder, and some of them were put in prison for murder. What's the difference in these legal facilities where they make millions upon millions of dollars for having these procedures done? And the people pay a lot of money to have it done. And secondly, what if your parents, or what if your mother had come to you and said, I wish I had aborted you. I should have aborted you after you were alive. What if they had told you that since childhood, or what if they just came to you and said that? That would hurt. So think about those children. Think about if that were you. If that was being stated to you. And no, it's a part of you, but it's not your body. It's a part of you, but you're nourishing another life. There's plenty of ways, there's plenty of preventative methods in this generation to help reduce the risk of pregnancy or to prevent it altogether. Protection, contraceptives. Just think about it. All this my body, my choice, I will decide, that's a child. It's not your... Many women like these in the middle here, I regret my abortion. All of these women here. Those 6 in the back regret doing their abortions, regret having their abortions. The one there is shouting for it to be safe and legal. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes you think about it, it depends on the context, I suppose, of what happened. The rape, the incest, or a miscarriage, or the possible death of the mother. But then again, it's even difficult to think of in those terms for me. It's even difficult to think of in those conditions. Like I could not go through with that procedure and the thoughts of that happening. But so like I stated, those 3 things I recapped on, and this is my opinion video regarding abortion. My opinions on abortion. I love you all. Feel free to donate if you enjoy my content. And if you agree, feel free to like, subscribe, share, and all of that good stuff. And if you could donate to my PayPal. I have a lot of dental work that needs doing, and it costs so much. We can't afford to do that now, and it would take a lot of money. And a lot of other things that I need to get. I need another phone, but the dental work's more important. But I just, if you all would like to donate to my PayPal, it would help out tremendously, and also maybe be able to get things for this channel and help it grow, so I can continue getting the truth and my thoughts out there. So, donations help greatly. I love you all so much. This is Spaced Out Productions, signing out. I hope to speak with all of you again very soon. Peace.